Hello friends, welcome back. It's time for another video. And today, we're gonna build a vocal booth so that I can finally get my friggin' audiobooks done for my sci-fi, murder mystery, police procedural, detective, whatever the hell it is, series that I'm writing. Okay, we're still writing book 8, but I gotta get going on trying to release some things. Editors aren't free, so, we'll try to make a little bit of money. Or at least just get them out before I die. I mean, that's really the ideal situation there. Okay, so mostly time-lapse. I don't know if there'll be music or some nonsense, but I got a bunch of crap. I got it all from Amazon. I'll show a card at some point showing you the total price, except for the moving blankets. I got those from Viver. Anyway, okay, let's go.
Racing my own thoughts into the silence, seeking the guidance I forgot. It's somewhere lost, lost to the cages, cages of chaos I forgot. Somewhere it must be written, I just lost my access to the map. Somewhere love had bidden, I chased the apple and realized can't let it go. Baby, it's a losing game, and I know that I'm to blame. I crossed the ocean and lost myself below. I owe this to myself to stay in the deep end.
Can it hold a 200-pound man? Yeah, pretty much. I can't hold a 200-pound man, that's the problem. Okay, next. As far as this grommet set goes, you want to buy the set, right? It comes with the grommets, the thing that attaches. It comes with the punch that goes through the material. It comes with the strike plate and the striker that seals it off, and I'll show you all that in a second. Something hard to bang against, you will cut into it, and then a hammer. I'm using a mallet. You shouldn't use a mallet, you should use a regular hammer, except the only hammer I have is this Fisher-Price one, so F that. I just have to be careful with the mallet, not to hit it too hard, except when we're trying to get through the material here. Ready? Twist, just 'cause. Feed through, just 'cause. And then you got a lovely hole. Okay. Strike plate, which I assume you can see. Yeah, it's there. Okay. The bit with the longer thing, like a top hat, that goes on this thing. Okay, I did it the wrong way for the first 3 holes that I did on the first blanket, but I got better. This thing, there's a convex side and there's a convex side and a concave side. I was showing you the concave there, but this one's convex. Convex goes up. It's a shinier side. Feed the thing through the hole, keep it on the strike plate, put the ring on, use this bendy mabobum, hold it in place, right? And we're going to hit that. We're not going to hit that as hard. Feel with your thumb, ideally, or finger, but thumb, to see if there's a gap between the material and that ring that you put on. This one still has a little bit of a gap, so we give it one little more tap, and that's it. That's in. If you do it too hard, it'll go right through the material, and this whole thing will be ruined. So you want it to be gapless, but not like embedded in the material so that it rips. And then it looks great on both sides. And we just do that again and again and again. I've done a million of these. Okay, next up is to attach all this stuff. And we're doing that with the... where's the lens? There. Thicker, stronger, tighter zip ties. There are enough of those that we're probably going to go around twice, like double layered. It'll be sort of like Y-front underwear in the front there. You know, that stuff that you might have worn as a boy where you were expected to, you know, pull your junk out and have a wee. But nobody ever did that because that's stupid. It was the most awkward thing ever. It's so much easier to just pull down the band. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Probably not, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, this is what this guy looks like at the moment. I gotta tidy up these corners a bit with like safety pins or something. The back's a little bit longer, but that's fine. Well, we might as well go all the way around. Not that there's anything to see back here. It's just more black. I did have one left over with the grommets, so I just used that for the top. I mean, it's a monolith. There you go. Let's go inside. You won't be able to see anything because there's no lights yet. Everything's 3 layers. Well, I mean, this is 6 layers, this friggin' door. Ugh. Some places are 4 layers. And, okay, now we're in complete darkness, which is great. I mean, I can't see either. Literally, it's a sensory deprivation booth. Now, you can, I'm pointing the phone up for no reason at all, at the ceiling. You can still hear the air handling, like the register that's above here. I'm actually going to have to shut that off when I go to record. This is not a soundproof booth. This is just an attenuating booth. So it keeps a lot of the noises down, but that buzz and hum, I can't get rid of that unless I actually shut off the furnace. Okay, I've turned around. Can you see anything? Okay, here we go. We got to go through the layers of door. See, this is why no one wears Y-fronts. Okay, there. Pain in the ass. Okay, well, you know, the opposite end. Hey, welcome back, next day and all that. Let's see what this thing looks like. It's not bad. I used some bulldog clips just to tidy up the top. That's 2 layers. Everything else is, well, 3, but even some of these layers overlap, so they're 4 in some places. And it's still pitch black, and it's like, it's a maze to get in there. Ugh. So many layers. Okay. I don't know if you can see. Okay. It's pitch black when you're in there, so we need some lights. And what I got that I just had lying around the house, yeah, pardon all the garbage, I'll clean up in a minute. I have some of these LED light strip stupid things where you know, all the kids have them in their friggin' ceilings. I got some of those. Don't worry about the tripod right now. You don't need to see that. And I'm going to put them on some of the posts inside. Not all of them, but some of them. We don't need too much light. Okay, let's see what it looks like with this camera that doesn't have friggin' flashlight that comes on automatically that I don't know how to shut off. Oh, get in. It's tight. And I'm not saying it's not tight in here. It is a little bit tight, and with the microphone right here, there's just enough room to work. It'd be nice if there was a little bit more space, but anyway. So I didn't do the top, that front top post. But there's like a fair amount of light in here. I can't zoom out any more than that. But, you know, like I can see my hand in front of my face, and I'll be able to see whatever script there is on the wall there. If I need a little bit more light, I suppose I could add some. But we'll get to how I'm going to do all of this in a second. Okay, I pushed it back into the corner, and this may seem odd to you, that it's on an angle to the corner. My thinking there is that as I project, anything that gets through the back will bounce off the corners in the wall and avoid the microphone, as opposed to if I had it twisted like that so that it was parallel with the back wall, then anything that I projected out that got through bounced back. Some of that might get through and then actually hits the microphone. That's my thinking on this. Whether it is right or not, I don't know. I just make things up as I go along. But they seem to make sense. Okay, what am I showing you now? Tripod, right? I had to jury rig this. Can you see this? Maybe not with my face in here. Okay, this is it's kind of a strobe stand attachment. You put like a flash or a light or something in this. And then there's another hole here for an umbrella. It's a light modifier. Anyway, this is for flash photography. This is not really for what I'm doing, but I'm using it anyway, so I don't have to spend more money. The idea is that where the brass monkey usually goes, in the top here, in here, we're actually going to stick the end of the articulating arm for the microphone. That's the idea. And I'll set this up inside and bring all that stuff in there. So like, I don't know, give me a minute. Cut to angle 2. Okay, see, a tripod, isn't that nice? Okay, and then we put this guy in here, isn't that nice? And then using a hand that I don't have, I have to tighten that. Hold on, hold. You can't, hold on, hold on. It does seem a little bit loose. We'll have to tighten this quite a bit. I'm turning a screw. Okay, there you go. You can see me now. It's tight. She's tight. It's on. Okay, there. So that thing, I just tightened this, right? That's where the brass monkey goes. And then boopity boop, boopity boop. Oh, God. I need a wider angle lens here on my phone, which doesn't have lenses. And there we are. It's a microphone. It's exciting, isn't it? What did I just say I was going to do? I don't remember. Turn the microphone upside down. Okay. And as of right this second, there's nothing to do. It's not like it's going to record itself. So I got to set up a bunch of crap. I need a computer, a monitor. I have the thing, I don't know what it's called. Oh, this boobity boop interface thing here. Oh, I didn't even take the plastic off that. Look at me. Okay. This Focusrite boobity boop whatever thing. This is what I have. Okay, and it has one XLR input. So it's just for like one thing. And then it has a USB-C. So I got to plug it into a computer. Great. And then, like, I don't know, grand finale or whatever, we'll actually test this thing out and see if any of this was worthwhile. Progress. Okay. In. Come on, you stupid underwear. Okay. And then, okay, we turned Buddy here upside down. Back up. Okay. And then I made some adjustments to get it a little bit out of my face so that the paper could be here. Well, the microphone is, oh, Jesus Christ, this needs to be so much wider. There. And I also stuck this guy up here. It's a clamp. It's a special grip thing. Anyway, and I want to see if I can record myself. But because we're doing 4K, I can't actually see what I'm doing. I just have to put it up and then see if it works. And I won't know. I won't honestly know until we look at this later. I mean, my face is probably huge if it is in frame. Hopefully it is. So the next step is to test this setup and see if this is in the right spot. It might be a little bit nasal and would have to come down a little bit, but like that's a 2-second. That's a 2-second thing. Don't touch it. But it still gives me lots of room to gesticulate. You know, like nothing's in my way. I can move papers and the microphone won't move while I'm doing that. And I know you're like, audiobooks, people want, you know, conversational tone. They want you to sit at a desk. No, screw that. Screw that. I've done tons of stuff in my life, and I find that you have a better voice when you're standing than if you're sitting. I find you speak into yourself when you're sitting. And it's like, oh, professionals, shut up. Shut up. This is the easiest way to solve that problem, is to stand with your eyes up, preferably to another person, because that's what you're talking to. So, yeah, the page where the person would be. Okay, I don't even know if you're filming me right now, so we'll stop, and then I'll come back when I've got everything else done. Okay, we got some lights, we got the booth. We seem okay. The roof hasn't collapsed on us yet. We seem all right. Okay, so we got boobity boop thing recording there. Let's go in. Oh, lights. Oh, look at all the lights. Okay, hold paper in legs. Put phone up. Oh, I never did check to see if it actually was focused on me, but whatever. I mean, I don't have much choice. I mean, it's pretty much there, I guess. Okay. I have no idea if this thing is loud enough or whatever. We're just going with it. And we're going to do a test reading, technically from book 6, not book 1. Tape, because I said so. Boobity boop. Boop, 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 boobity boop. And I'm going to put the 2 pages, because this one happens to be 2 pages. It's big text. Don't worry. I'm not making you listen to 75 hours of Ian. That's another video. I mean, it sticks to the wall pretty good. Not unhappy with that result. And then I can just pull it back down again, because this is painter's tape. Gaffer's tape I thought would be overkill. That's fine. Okay, and then I got a couple other things I can read. I only have this mic on for, you know, shits and giggles. Chris. Put our underwear back the way it was. There you go. There's like 6 layers through. Hello, microphone. I also have to clap. Those are my 3 claps. That's to sync up the audio from this and that and the other.
Brontosaurus are thin on one end, very thick in the middle, and thin again on the other end.
A-E-I-O-U, 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 and sometimes Y. Should I be drunk while I'm doing voiceovers? Not voiceovers. What are they called? Audiobooks. Well, I mean, everyone that went to the moon was drunk. I mean, if they can get up there, I can get through this. Okay, you ready? Chapter 1. 2112-2340, Galileo's system, the past. And it will remain the past until you're told otherwise. Transport vessel GDG TR-65000, Galileo Rangers. You are suspected of smuggling. Power down immediately and prepare to be boarded. Bright lights flash throughout the ship, with a klaxon sounding in sync. One of the doors in the main corridor, connected to the bridge to the cargo bay. Nope, that's not the right word. Bright lights flash throughout the ship, with a klaxon sounding in sync. One of the doors in the main corridor, connecting the bridge to the cargo bay and flanked on both sides with crew quarters, opened, and a short, greasy-haired man in a white, albeit grubby and pit-stained union suit poked his head out.
Hello?
He said, venturing further into the corridor. Transport vessel GDG TR-65000, Galileo Rangers. You are suspected of smuggling. Power down immediately and prepare to be boarded.
I don't know what that means,
the man said, making his way to the bridge.
Is someone there? Please, God, let someone be there.
The bridge was tight, with a bunk to one side, a control console in the center, screen on the far wall, and various panel doors covering cubbyholes for supplies. In the pilot's seat was a dead man. A single entrance room. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do this drunk because I'm kind of like slurring and like my lips are sticking to my teeth. In the pilot's seat was a dead man. A single entrance wound was visible at the back of his head, with hair caked around it. Blood and brains were splattered on the console, but there was no sign of the projectile. The man shook. Not the dead man, the other guy, the greasy one. He reached out and around the body, shifting the head to one side, making the pilot slump to the floor. Scanning the controls. Scanning them there controls. Sorry. Scanning the controls, he pressed a flashing button and wiped the finger on his onesie, leaving a streak of red.
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm Everett. Pilot's been shot or something. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a passenger. There's blood everywhere, and his head. Oh, jeez, it's all over me. Help! SOSO or meaty or whatever.
Power down immediately.
I don't know anything about ships. I don't know how to stop it. You guys do it.
That's not what it says, Henderson. Read the fucking page.
I don't know anything about ships. I don't know how to stop it. You guys stop it. Over or whatever. And can you stop these lights and sirens too?
Sir, can you see 2 green lines with a red button above them?
No, I'm colorblind. I can see a bunch of stuff, most of it covered. No, I'm colorblind. I can see a bunch of stuff, most of it covered in pilot bits. Could you give me an idea of where I'm supposed to look?
Nope, that's not what it says.
Could you give me an idea of where I'm supposed to press?
Just right of center. There should be 2 rounded rectangles running up. Do you see them?
Got 'em, yeah. press the button directly above them. Done. Whoa, okay, that did something. Stomach lurched, and all the engine-y sounds stopped. Sir, if you could now step away from the console and meet us by the airlock, it would be very much appreciated. Preparing to couple now. The lights and klaxon will cease once we are aboard. Slur your words, you twit. Sir, if you could now step away from the console and meet us by the airlock, it would be very much appreciated. Preparing to couple now. The lights and klaxon will cease once we are aboard. Yeah, okay. You guys do your thing. It'll take me 5 or 10 minutes to get back there. Over and out. Everett started down the corridor, the ranger's voice continuing to echo from the bridge. This guy's taking the piss. That's a little too excited. Everett started down the corridor, the ranger's voice continuing to echo from the bridge. This guy's taking the piss. This guy's taking the piss. This guy's taking the piss! Okay, we're not actually doing book 6, so it doesn't really matter what the hell I say. It's just an example, okay? This guy's taking piss. Pissy piss piss poo. Okay. Sure. There you go. Okay, next. I am just a worthless liar. I am just an imbecile. I will only complicate you. Trust in me and fall as well. I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. I will work to elevate you, just enough to bring you down. Mother Mary, won't you whisper something but what's past and done? Mother Mary, won't you whisper something but what's past and done? Why can we not be sober? I just want to start this over. Why can't we drink forever? I just want to start things over. Doom, doom, doom. I want to marry a lighthouse keeper and keep him company. I want to marry a lighthouse keeper and live by the side of the sea. I'll polish his lamp by the light of day so ships at night can find their way. I want to marry a lighthouse keeper, won't that be okay? We'll take walks along the moonlit bay, maybe find a treasure too. I'd love living in a lighthouse. How about you? I dream of living in a lighthouse, baby, every single day. I dream of living in a lighthouse, a white one by the bay. So if you want to make my dreams come true, you'll be a lighthouse keeper too. We could live in a lighthouse, a white one by the bay. Hey, hey, won't that be okay? Ba 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 ba. Back so sore. Can't bend over like I used to when I was in prison. Okay, let's go. Okay, camera, phone. Okay, microphone did fine. You know, I think it just stood there. It didn't really say anything or do anything. I imagine it did a fine job. How the hell do I get out? Oh, thanks, sacrament. Okay. Oh, God damn it. It's not the easiest thing to get out of there. Okay, papers over here. I got one beer left in my whole life. God damn it. Can you F off, please, tape? I had tape somewhere else, too. I think in my back pocket. Is that where that is? Yeah, okay. Garbage. Okay, what am I over here for? Oh, look, a peeking. But we did record 32, so we might be all right on that. Oh, sorry, you didn't see it. Peeking.
Lots of peaking. 32 bits actually supposed to preserve that, so not preserve. Allow me to fix. So we'll see. Stop. 15 minutes. Oh, great. That'll make for a compelling video. Okay. Hey, and we're back upstairs. It's time for a hot wash on this project. Easy enough to throw together. That booth, it's kind of like Tinker Toys. All those things just fit together perfectly fine. I didn't need cement to hold them. Zip ties. I mean, the grommets were a bit of a pain in the ass, and honestly, a few of them did rip. Not all the way through, but they ripped a bit. But because of all the layers, like 3 layers all the way around, there's actually 2 on top for the roof, but the 3 layers around, even they overlap. So in some places, there's 4 to 6 layers. It's quite acoustically isolating. There's no reverb. I can't even hear myself, really, when I'm speaking in there. So the singing stuff that you just got, like it all, to my ear while I was doing it, I was like, gee, this sounds so flat. Because you're used to having some reverb. And I'm not going to play with the settings at all here and now for this video. But in doing the audiobooks, I'm actually going to send it out to a production company to have them do it. But if I was to do it myself, I'd add reverb, a tiny bit, just to give it a fuller sound. But the flatness gives a great starting point for everything. It's kind of like, if you know video, it's kind of like shooting in like S-Log or S-Log 3 or whatever, where there's almost no color. It's like the greatest dynamic range, but it's very flat looking. And that allows you the most amount of latitude to play with things, add color later without breaking too much. And that's the idea here, is you've got a nice flat signal for the audio, and you can tweak it as you will, because you're not fixing things. Now, what I did notice when I was just sort of puttering about in there, I had to raise the levels a bit, and that, of course, raised the noise floor. When I was actually doing the audiobook, I felt I could have turned the gain knob on the processor a little bit more to get a little stronger signal there, so that I wouldn't have to actually raise the levels, but it was pretty well fine. It was pretty well bang on-ish for the audiobook portion of that. For the singing, it was way too high. I would have had to have turned that down. Now, there's not honestly going to be any singing in my audiobooks. I did write a couple of songs for some of the books, and I'll probably continue to do that, but I don't know how much singing there will be in the books themselves for the audiobooks. But I can tweak as we go for that. Overall, I thought it was a very successful test. Inside, once you get used to it, it's not that claustrophobic feeling. I mean, there's tons of room to move your arms around and whatever. The price, that's Canadian dollars, by the way. That card that I showed you at the beginning of the video with all the prices for things, that's all Canadian. US, and if you had a truck or a friend with a truck and you could just buy pipes from Rona, or you don't have Rona in the States, Home Depot, whatever the hell your box store is where you buy crap from. You could probably buy those pipes a lot cheaper, but they do have to be 1.5 inch schedule 40 or schedule 40, whatever it is. They were strong enough to hold the 65 pounds of moving blankets. That worked out great. Didn't need any other support or anything in there. The lights, they were cheap. I didn't even count the lights because I had them in the house, but what are they, $20? Or $10 American? I don't know. Your prices are stupid over there. Anyway, I would say it's a successful test. I do have to make sure that I'm not all tannic when I'm doing these things because, yeah, that does... You can really hear the slurring. You can probably hear it now because, again, my lips are sort of sticking to my teeth here. Probably need a nice big jug of water. You know, like all those, white yoga women. The giant friggin' vats. It's like a carboy. I don't know if you guys know what a carboy is, but you can look it up. It's like this giant thing of water. Anyway, the end. If you want to do it, you have the space, you have the inclination, you need isolated but not completely soundproof area. I think that's great. Oh, I didn't shut off the air handling, and I didn't unplug the fridge that happened to be in the basement. And honestly, once the 3+ ish layers got on there, I couldn't hear them anymore. I still might shut them off for the audio recording, for the audiobooks, the real ones that I do, but for this test, I didn't hear them. You let me know if you did. I mean, I have tinnitus or tinnitus or whatever the hell it's called, so I am missing some frequencies there, but I thought the test was a success. The end. By the way, this is a writing channel. This is not like some audio channel, so don't subscribe to me if you're looking for like audio advice or audiobook recording advice, because I'm just doing my own. I'm not doing them for other people. I just do for myself. I'm not looking to make money out of this. I'm just looking to get some audiobooks out for my stuff that I've written. So thank you very much. Love you lots, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, piss. Everything fucking hurts me. My back is sore, I want to die. Everything fucking hurts me. My back is sore, I want to die. Why can we not be 20?